Welcome to Railroads Online Hard Mode. I'm Nines, and it's a pleasure to meet you all. Now, first off, we gotta get on what the roster is today. We got some new cars, and we have an official name, the NRC. Now, some of you might have noticed already that the graphics are not as good. I had to turn them down due to lag issues, mainly when it comes to textures. That mountain over there is really bad on textures. I don't know why. But first off, we gotta go and get a refuel for water because we're a little bit low and turned around. So let's get going. To who is new to this channel, the basic rules of this run is that I can't use the UI. I have to use internal cab controls, which is going to make it more difficult when I get to the other engines. I also have a master rail yard now, so oop, oop, I wore a flat spot on my tires. I really need to label these lines, but I can do that at a later date. But simply, we're going to be doing a sawmill run today. A little bit different than last time. We're not doing logs. We're actually in the product. So let's get going. Nope, I am not close enough. I slid a little. That's not great. Oh, this water tower is not perfectly lined up, but just go back down. Whoop! Ouch, that would hurt. Back up a little bit more. And now I'm too far. Okay, that should be about right. Here real quick, and looks like it's going in. Bar box is good. Come on, little saddle tank. Ooh. Hoo 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 hoo. Let's not throw it down the, just kind of bumper forward just a tad. There we go. Yeah, that should be good enough. You can see some of the difficulties when it comes to I know, not very realistic, but just trying to get this thing filled with water. There you go. The little Betsy is filled with water. Now I can shut off the pipe. And there we go. Whee! Now let's get it turned on the turntable. There we go. This is a little trick I've learned. That's a lot faster than trying to chase this thing around and push it. Even though that is more realistic. But this is ultimately a game. I've actually seen a turntable operate in a museum. It was pretty cool. In Japan, interesting enough. That's a story for another day, though. Yep, there we go. You see real quick which line it is? I'm pretty sure it's that line or this line. Nope, it's this line. Yep, I see the cars. Now let's get backing up. Let's cut the regulator. Let's talk about lag a little bit. Some of the stuff I've had to do to Ooh, goodness, I hit those cars hard. Ooh, I'm so happy there's not damage in this game. Or I'd have totally broken something there. Oof. I don't need any brake on this train. It's a little too small for that. I know calling this amount of cars small is something, but I have ran a lot of cars with a buddy of mine. Now, time to get on the main line. One of the things I've found out is that bridges are really laggy. So you gotta be careful with those. I don't want to break one of the couplings by accident. Listen to him. Gotta love old Betsy here. Let me check really quick and see if I got the line set up correctly. Stop the train real quick. That should be slow enough. Yep, that looks alright to me. Over there is the repair shed. I know we don't have to actually repair anything, but I think it'd be a fun little experience if pulling an engine in there if I get in a bad accident and having to repair it when I have multiple engines. It'd be quite interesting. Shift her to full gear. Open the cylinder cocks, get rid of that excess water. Here we go. Not much faster than that. What in the world's that noise? What in the... What in the... tarnation? I have never heard that noise before. Okay. Some green guys messing with me? Some gremlins? Where's the gremlins? That's not cool. Darn gremlins. Yeah, I had a bridge stretching from here all the way down to the sawmill, all the way over there, because I thought it looked better than straight track on the ground. Turns out that is an absolute laggy mess. So keep that in mind when you're building tracks in this game. I have disabled weather because rain and snow is really laggy for me, and dust storms. Which is weird. So my computer is not weakened by any means. So I don't really know what the issue is. The Swamp Lady's playing with us again. Wonderful. It's kind of interesting being able to do it all in one go. Let's get you some more wood. Can't even you dying away, girl. I've also locked the day and night cycle. Tell me down in the comments if you want me to re-enable that. For realism's sake, or would you prefer having a better viewing experience with me being able to control the lighting? Dual car loading. Nice. Gotta love the little porter. Oh, beautiful. Get her rolling, and then prepare to break. Only 3 cars to go. Oh, you gotta. I can't even see the pressure gauge. Boo. This is high textures. Sure, it's not epic textures, and I know that's supposed to be more performance based, but come on. I can't say boo too much. I mean, they are a small developing team. And there's always going to be little things like that that are unfavorable. I respect these guys a lot. I'm on the bridge. Ooh, spooky, spooky. And if you're curious what NCR stands for, not NCR, NRC, Nines' Railway Connection. How about that for a name? Wow. This is gonna be fun going home. I might actually want to put some brakes in the cars. And that line over there is, well, a dead end at the current moment. Jump. Jump. Yep. You know, that just gave me a good nostalgia moment for the... I'm trying to remember. It was one of those little handheld things, the D... It's not a Game Boy, it was something very similar to it, though. The DS. The Polar Express game. That was something. Having to do the ice mission. Now that's a nostalgia take and a half. Wasn't that good at it. Delightful. We're fully loaded. Ooh. Almost overshot it there. Now I gotta do the going backwards like this. And this is set to realistic, if you are curious. So, whew, a lot of weight. Don't want to go too fast around this. I know we're not going that fast, but this is a lot of weight. Listen to her chuff. Let's let her breathe a little bit. Okay, I gotta stop the engine. Gotta switch the track. Ah. English is hard. Delightful. Let's switch you. Yep, you're going the alright direction. Too bad I can't put a little lamp on the back here. That'd be nice. Listen to that. Good fuel. Have good fuel. I'm gonna put more signage later to tell which parts are which, but for now at least, it doesn't matter. I don't feel like waiting forever. Come on, little porter, push your little pistons. You're a good girl, old Betsy. Yeah, you're doing well. Let's blow the whistle. We're coming in. Shut that down. Huh. Ooh. Ooh. No. Oh, no, 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 not good, not good, not good. Run, 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 run. Don't need that happening. Oh, no, that's actually we're going the right line. Okay. Ah. Yeah. I thought I was going down that line. I got all worked up for nothing. Ah, the freight depot. That sound is literally coming from the cars. That is the weirdest sound I've ever heard. Okay, it's the brakes on. Here's the money we have now at $1,072. I know these cars don't carry as much, and yes, I understand that buying the other ones would be better, but to be honest, this just straight up looks better for this engine. When I get a different engine, yeah, I'm gonna buy them. But aesthetics is important to me, especially when it comes to riding trains. Well, I should say driving trains. So let's see the total profits. Okay, not bad. $1,552. Would have preferred more, but with 2 runs like that, we'll get a new train. Now, give me 1 second, bro, because then we still have some time. Let's get another lug going. But let's do it as fast as physically possible. And not caring about loading the best cargo, just doing it as quickly as possible. Because the line's all set up. And I feel a little brave right now. I know, a dangerous combo when it comes to a janky line and a very unexperienced engineer. But, hey, there's only one way to learn, and that's by action. Let's let those drivers roar. I'm standing outside the cab. Gotta love that. Let me just... Listen to those beautiful pistons. You could almost sing a song. I don't know how to sing because I'm terrible at singing. Hey, it's on the railroad. The huff full of chuff of the engine run. We ride and run to power the empty street. Huff and chuff we go through the line. Way. Nah, full send it. We're going highballing. Chuffy, chuffy, chuff. Clink. I know we're not going that fast, but you know. I don't need the cylinder cocks at this speed anymore. And before anyone says, oh, your track layout's terrible, I'm not a railroad engineer. And even though I do love trains, like I really love them, I don't research the track layouts generally. I research engines. It's just what I do. I like mechanical things. Anything that ticks, whirls, or hisses, or puffs and huffs, just like this beautiful locomotive. Old Betsy here. I want to know about it. So, meh. I don't know why I said that. It's just something I thought about. You know, I learned about the how Al Capone? Is that not Al Capone? Yes, I just learned about Al Capone. No, I had the brakes on the entire time. Well, that was a bad idea. The Al Governor, basically the massive locomotive built in the 1800s, which was a 210-0, or was that 212-0? I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was a ridiculous build. And I wonder, considering it had two valve gears, one for reverse and one for forward, why hasn't there ever been tried, as far as I know at least, two valve gears, one to control the exhaust and one to control the intake? You know, why haven't they done that yet? Because that would have solved the main issue of like Walshurt's valve gear with like this style, or is this Stevenson? Yeah, it's Stevenson, I think. Yeah, it's Stevenson. Right there is the iconic Stevenson. With that in mind, why haven't they made a locomotive where the exhaust was controlled by one and the intake was controlled by the other? Because with that kind of setup, you could fine-tune the engine more precisely than what a reverser can. So you could cut back the reverser, I should say the intake, for example, and get more speed while still getting a high exhaust. throughput. I don't know the precise technical terms, but I know like for the Franklin valve gear, the poppet valves, that was one of the biggest advantages for them. So, why has there ever been an attempt to have two separate valve gears to control the intake and exhaust? Is it just that it's mechanically complicated and be hard to fit in such a small space? Or is it more about the difficulty in control? Because there's a lot of factors to be considered in something like that. It looks so goofy. Alright. Not concentrating. But I am really curious. Does anyone know about anything like that? I couldn't find anything. Makes sense that someone would have tried it at least once. But I can't find a single example. That's weird. Because the obvious fix for the issues with wall shirts, Stevenson, and all of them, really. Come on, move, move, move. Did I leave brakes on? I probably did. Knowing me, I probably left some brakes on. That's what happens when you don't concentrate, Nines. You make mistakes. Jump, jump, jump. Let's see, do I got it? Yes, I did. Nice. I would like to get a Shay, being honest. But the only issue I have with Shays is they are extremely loud. They're powerful, yes, but so loud. There's so many good options, though. The Shay is a really powerful locomotive. And I wouldn't have to get different rolling stock for it to make sense. But I don't have enough rolling stock to even justify a Shay or a high enough incline. Because to be honest, I would love to have a single train that could fill up that entire pond full of logs. Which I could calculate out really quick. You know what? Let's do that now while we're driving. Yes, great. I could be on my phone while driving a locomotive in a virtual game. 100 divided by 6 because that's the one for the bigger cars. 16 cars. Well, basically 17 cars, but nah. You could technically just put like one small car in there, and you'd be one log off. Make sure all the brakes are off real quick. Being honest, I'm just kind of rambling right now. Ooh. Okay. That was wild. Listen to that. Let's back it off to like 80%. That should give us a little bit more speed. Say 73. I don't think they actually calculate for that reverse force. Or do they? Clank, clank, goes wood, clank, clank. That makes no sense. Well, actually, there is some wood that clanks like metal. I forgot what it's called, but there's this particular wood. There's a way to process it in charcoal. It lasts forever, but it's extremely expensive to make. As a downside. Let's get to the back of the train. Or I guess the front of the train. And it seems like she is coming to a stop. A couple cars short. Nope. Come on, go back, go, go. I know nothing's come terrible at this, leaving an engine unoccupied when it's moving under its own power. I don't think it has happened. Of course, Crazy 8 would have something to say to me, but, you know. I'd see that money. Wonderful. Well, folks, that's all we got for today. We did some log runs today. It's a pleasure to meet you. This is the second episode of Railroads Online Hard Mode. Nines is flying out.